We have to do it in full Irish accents now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can.
I feel, Jack, you're a little bit harder to understand sometimes.
Yeah, and that's me talking so you can understand me. So if
It's
you,
true. I've gotten to hear both now. It's pretty wild.
yeah, no, there's a big difference. There's a big difference.
All right, let's kick this off. Freddie just never stops working. I like it. Oh, another camera angle. We could probably use that.
The crotch view.
Yeah.
I cannot even see.
It's a little.
I'll turn it off.
It's all. Gents, St. Louis, crazy track. Nice little updates. I like the updates. I know there was a lot of questions in the drivers' meeting about the updates. Like, I don't know if it's possible. And then all three of you kind of went, yeah, that's fine. We can do it. Thoughts, feelings, concerns? Where are you at with how the layout is currently? Whoever wants to start.
I'll start. I feel like the first outside zone still goes a bit too long.
Okay.
Because you're trying to really do a lot in the lead to be smooth, not choke up the chase driver, and jump across to the other side of the track really quickly.
For sure.
So I feel like the battles would be a little bit more predictable if there was 12 feet taken off that first zone. So we had all a bit more space to smoothly transition and just be a bit more consistent because everybody was doing it differently.
Yeah.
Like in practice, everyone you chased was like doing a different track. So that's my honest feedback. What do you think?
Jack?
Yeah, no, I'm the exact same, to be honest. That's why I actually mentioned in briefing this morning, so I was one of those drivers to say it. But like chasing everybody, like everybody left Outerzone 1 a little bit earlier, like than the next almost. So it was super unpredictable to chase like really consistently. So like the only way you could do the good chase on the first corner was to make sure that the lead car did fulfill what the judge was saying, but it actually upset your trajectory going through Outerzone 2 then. So it was kind of like a sacrifice on one end, but result like a reward on the other.
Yep.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, I definitely agree. It should be changed if we come back.
Okay.
The only thing in but the only thing I feel like is it does make it challenging, so it's hard.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only advantage, but it's like it's tricky.
I think we should settle this the Luke Fink way. Have the judges drive it for us. Show us how it's
Yo,
done.
Reese is putting some podiums down, man.
Yeah,
So
I know.
saying.
Yeah.
Whose car are they taking?
Yeah.
Are you offering your car?
That's the question, right?
Give him the Mustang.
There'd be a wall knocked for sure.
Yeah, you'd be replacing a lot of parts.
Sorry,
on that one.
judges.
I mean, that being said, Vernon does drive a lot of Mustangs at the drift school,
Right.
so I know it's completely
I'd
different.
be quite surprised if it felt the
I
same
think
as
there's
an
a difference
RTR.
between a Mustang and a wild Mustang, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point. Yeah, wild Mustang. It's a
Yeah.
good way to put it. Jack, I want to say, I mean, massive congrats getting on the podium. Huge season, not the start I know you wanted. Listen, I also, knowing you enough now, knowing that if you don't win every single event, it's not the season you wanted.
yeah.
How does this feel now to be like, I'm here, I deserve to be here? A lot of that doubt disappears.
Yeah, like obviously, I wasn't really doubting myself, but I was kind of like, you know, hoping that people weren't doubting me, you know, because I was coming here, like obviously it's a new series, new criteria, new drivers to learn and all that kind of stuff, and especially learning all the new tracks as well. So yeah, it's nice that it's after paying off, like to finally get a podium, prove that the car can actually do pretty good to myself, like alone, you know, to show that the car is quite fast and that it does work, and then that I can drive it pretty okay as well. So that definitely helps, because we've had like really good practice sessions all the season, and then it kind of crumbles basically. So yeah, we felt like we were fairly consistent tonight, and I feel like I proved myself for sure. So it's it's nice to be up here for sure. Like it's cool.
I think to speak for all the fans, everybody listening that knows your pedigree, it was nice to see it as well. Like it was really cool.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It was nice to see everyone smiling and stuff, and I'm crying like a baby, but
That's awesome.
Formula Dorp will probably have a...
No,
We need the
that's the
X-Card.
best of, because when people get emotional, it really shows everybody how much this stuff means to us.
Yeah.
And it does mean a lot.
Yeah. Like I think...
The two of us were nearly crying when we got out of the cars.
Yeah.
I started talking. I was trying not to look at Jack. He was trying not to look at me.
It was funny. Like I was holding it together pretty good until he started talking, and I was like, "Oh man!" I was like, "We're goose now." So
It's cool. I mean, it's cool. The human side of it is really what's needed. The emotional side of it, I think, it's very easy to put on the PR face. I mean, at least two of you are trained very well in PR. Jack, you're working on it. But yeah, the emotional side to show everything you guys have to do to just do this.
I think he's a top.
I'm not sure.
He's a top
He's a
22
big
driver.
fan. Yeah.
you said it.
I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's okay. We'll get Brandon on the show at some point. No, it was just super cool to see. Freddie, James tied up. James, you put it really well. It's now a 3-round shootout. Like this, it's a mini series now for the rest of the year. Damn, wild. Like I'm pumped. I know everybody else is pumped. How are you guys feeling right now, knowing it's like, cool, we're tied up. Great, start over.
I think it's really cool. Like I think it's like I don't think this has ever happened between us before, where it was like exactly the same points. But
Right.
like the new system is allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
And I guess we just see what happens, you know? Like it's so inconsistent to understand how far you can't predict how far you're going to go from practice, even if you're doing all the right things. So it's one lap at a time.
And I also do feel like as dialed as you were, and you were on another level here, and obviously Jack was really close, but that was the only one. But I think the level in the sport has never been this close.
No.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
for
guys
sure.
that are really good now. All the performance of all the teams, all the tricks have trickled down. Everybody's really good, you know? So it's really, whereas before you could win by a big margin, now it's very tight,
Yeah.
usually,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys that could mix it up.
Yeah.
The new point system is showing that, and I think it really shows a lot of the grouping and performance, which is cool. Because even like you start looking at the mid pack, and you're like, man, this is really tight through
Yeah.
here. So it'll make Irwindale. Defaulted to Irwindale. Long
Can
Beach,
we go
I know.
back?
Yeah.
Bring the grandstands back,
Yeah.
please.
You guys,
I
how good are you
really
at Lego?
enjoyed
Let's put it all back together.
Yeah.
I think it'll make the last round, Long Beach 2, just that much more exciting. For the rookie race, I think it's going to be good. I wouldn't be resting on your laurels because the other rookies are nuts this year.
Yeah.
You got a good jump on them now, but it's not over.
But it's tight. It will be a nice thing to bring home for sure, but it's like the competition is as tough in the rookie as it is to try win the championship always. So it's as Freddie was saying, it's like you're splitting hairs now, you know, because you know, if you watched like this championship a couple of years back, there was like the top 3 and then the rest. As we're now, there's just everyone, you know. It's a bit mad. So
Like we can't be just worrying about each other.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
when we get to battle each other, it's like, okay, this is
This is
everything.
it, yeah.
But like your top 32, top 16, top 8, you know, your
Yeah.
folk, anyone could take
they're
you
all
out.
stressful.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of like quote unquote upsets in top 32 this
Yeah.
weekend, and top
Yeah.
like all the way through. You're kind of like, oh, you think this driver's going to do well, and then something crazy happens, and a split second off your game, and that's it. Your weekend's over.
Yep.
So yeah, it's,
And even like the guys that you would have said before that were like, oh, you know, we'll have a lot of speed on them.
Yeah.
No, that's
Right.
changed.
Right.
Everybody is fast. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody is going slow. There's
Yeah.
no car that you're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too is like we've got 3 different tires, 3 different chassis, 3 different teams. Like it just shows on the podium, and
Yeah.
like even if you look back at previous podiums, there's no like one company running away with it.
No.
Yeah.
No one driver running away with it, and that's great. That makes for the best series, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's cool when you get to witness somebody just have an incredible season, and you're like, yeah, they won by this massive margin, but then. To me, a much better season is like, I have no idea who's going to win this. I have no idea how this is going to end up. And it makes everybody have to level up once again. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You guys have, Freddie for sure, started pulling out some crazy shit. That initiation was nuts. I went back and rewatched some other rounds, or not other rounds, but other battles, other practice stuff. And like, it looked like you had a couple of runs where you went like midline and then started flicking. And then when you whipped that out against Matt, I was like, oh, okay. Where was this? Why then? Why that?
Got to put the record straight. You know, it's honestly what happened is we got a little bit iced at the start.
Okay.
We sat there and we waited for a real long time, and it's really finicky to have the right amount of aggression and energy at initiation here. I'm not sure if you.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
it's
for sure,
really
for sure.
hard because go ahead. Sorry.
It's just really if you push a little too hard, you hit the outer edge of the track too quick, and then you got to reel it in. So I was a little too aggressive, but it was within what we can do, and I reeled it in. And Matt had an issue behind, and you know Matt and I wrapped, and I told him, hey, if you want to look at my inboard, you can, but I can't tell you right now whether this was if I lit off too late or not, you know.
Yeah.
So Matt and I always have these discussions of what's right, what's wrong, and it's great, you know. He's obviously fantastic. He was doing really well until he had that hiccup against me, and you know, when I go through these battles on a day like today where I have strong leads but I'm struggling in a chase and I win a battle, I'm like, oh man, here we go again. I wonder when they're going to see my bluff. You know, like I'm just trying to hold on.
Yeah.
But I do like a hard initiation, and I do like to flick hard. And when I get it right, it feels great. And I actually like this track, even though I didn't quite figure it out this time.
Yeah.
It is very challenging for how simple it looks.
Like,
Yeah.
You got the first corner so challenging, then the clinching as you're coming towards the wall on the second one, and then trying not to fly off the track on the last one.
Yeah.
It's
Four was nuts.
Before the weekend, when James was telling me like about the track, I was like not too sure what to expect, but there was no lap until I like my top 4 lead and my final lead was like, whereas like if I drove like that all the time, this track would be very fun. So you know, because it was just full sin. I could not do any more basically. So I think if you drove the track like that all the time, it'd be a very amazing track to drive all the time. But that's like the knife edge area where you're close to messing up a lot. Then you know.
Yeah. And some people stepped over that edge and, you know, they had an early weekend. So it's just, I look at the aggression you need. Like when you do a flick like that, you're adding so much more of a variable in my mind, because you're like, oh, I'm going out this far wide. And if I go out an extra 6 inches, am I going to make up for that later on? Like whenever I see those initiations, I'm like, to me, I go, oh, we're adding another variable by going out further and then coming back in. But maybe to you guys, it's more natural because you're like, I feel the car now. I know what it's going to do by getting it to flick like that. So I look at it very differently than maybe how you guys do.
I think I kind of understand what you're doing there from the challenge of not flying off or running the zone too long at the end.
Yeah.
So by
By
driving left and coming at it, you're making more of a U than a gradually tightening corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like you're probably trying to achieve.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just a little too hard and heavy and got out a little too soon and had to adjust a little too much.
It looked really good. And also, it's challenging to chase.
Yeah.
So like it's like, okay, when's he gonna go? Like I was like, will I try to do what you do, even though I never did it before, or will I just kind of stay right and try to hopefully pop through at the right time? There's a risk in every move.
Yeah.
You did it, though. You got it locked.
You know, James, if you were a stockbroker, you'd be freaking filthy rich. Like, what we're doing, there's a lot of risk and reward in what we do, right? And looking at James and Jack's awareness of the car, where it is, where the other car is, it's just, it's magical, right? And I have moments where I'm close to that, but there's still a lot for me to learn and take away from a lot of
I've seen you pull stuff off. You're being way too polite.
I have some strong moments too. But when what I'm saying is when you see something that good and someone's so ahead of it that they know where the lead car is ending up, there's a lot of computing power making that happen.
But there's guesswork and gambling too.
For sure. But the right amount of gambling.
Yeah.
Right? Because, if you gamble too much, now you're 50-50 chance of making it through. And you know, the numbers speak for themselves. You usually come out head over water, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see. And, you know, one thing that struck me today, I'm sitting there lined up and I'm like, it's crazy what we do. We have this amount of people, this amount of investment, this amount of people backing us in what we do, and we're out there. And if I do this, I'm out.
You're done.
It's silly.
It's mental. It's mental.
It's crazy.
It's one of the most ridiculous sports, if not the most ridiculous motorsport, because I've said it time and time again, it takes the hardest part of every motorsport and then puts it all together.
Yeah, and gives you a split second to do it right also.
And there's no coming back.
Yeah.
You know, there's no next lap, there's no next run. It is, I made one momentary mistake and my weekend's done, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah,
and the build-up is insane.
I don't know how you guys do it, especially getting ice like that. And, like, you know, I looked at Adam having to sit until top 16, and then he still came out swinging.
Yeah.
Still came out driving like a madman. But, like, how do you go from hanging out with the fans, doing all that stuff, whatever else you guys do in the off time, to be like, okay, burnout box in the car, be perfect. Like, I still am trying to wrap my head around how you click into that zone.
There's a big, deep breath when you pull to the start line, and you're like, okay, here we are.
I think when you get the thumbs up to go to the burnout box, you just kind of go like, okay, this is it. And then
just lock in.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, it's
what
so
about
weird.
for you?
It's all of that. I'm not sure how they school them in Ireland, but what
They
made
don't-
it
we don't pay attention.
right. But one thing that clicked for me when I went from a rookie to an actual contender was understanding my own brain and understanding what I need to do prior to a battle and understanding how to be in the right zone. Some people listen to music. Some people need absolute quiet. Some people just take a deep breath. There's so many different ways of being in that zone. But at the end of the day, it's sports psychology. How we all when people ask me about the sport, how hard is it? I'm like, it's really freaking hard, but it's 90% mental.
Yeah.
It's not a physically demanding sport, right? But
maybe this weekend.
yeah, long days
I
and all
think the
that.
traveling and all of that is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
demanding
stressful.
on your body. Like,
The traveling's so glamorous and exotic. I don't know what
my-
you're talking
Oh my
about.
God.
you got a lot of air miles
Come
built
on.
up.
You must be flying first class.
That's a
man.
KLM boy right there. Yeah.
My
I do totally agree with Freddie though, because leading up to this weekend was one of the first weekends where I've actually changed my mindset on what I like tell myself before the weekend and before the battle. And to be honest, I never believed in any of that stuff because I've never had to do that. Like,
Yeah.
never had to do that to lock in. And this week, I actually did focus a lot on doing that kind of stuff and like random stuff, like even breathing techniques that I didn't have a clue actually would make a difference to my brain. And I've never felt so like locked in and enjoying a battle than what I did tonight, to be honest. It was so weird. So like, I think Freddie's definitely onto something with saying that psychology is coming into it a lot this year, for me especially.
Meditation with Jack Shanahan. I can't wait for that course. It'd be so good.
Yeah.
So much swearing.
Yeah.
All right, gents, I don't want to hold you up any longer. This is an epic episode. I loved how this event went. Thank you so much for putting on a massive show. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around for this. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad I got the speakers working. I think it just makes so much better. But, guys, go enjoy your night. And
Cheers.
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
All
man.
right. Have a
Cheers.
good one.
Good
Thanks,
job,
guys.
lads.
Cheers, boys.
Good stuff.
Go, man.